Do you know that sometimes quitting is the smartest thing you can do? We all love the idea that if we just keep trying, we'll eventually succeed. But what if that's not true? What if some things are just not meant to work out, no matter how hard you try? I didn't truly understand that idea until I read The Dip by Seth Godin. In that book, he talks about the importance of knowing when to push through and when to walk away. So in this video, I'll share with you the 3 key concepts from the book to help you figure out when to stay and when to quit. Okay, so think about something you're struggling with right now. Maybe it's your job, your business, learning a new skill, or even a relationship. You're putting in effort, but things just aren't getting better. And now you're stuck wondering, should I keep going? Or should I quit? The truth is, life is not just about perseverance. The key is knowing when to keep going and when to walk away. This is where the dip comes in. Okay, so look at this chart. You see, at the beginning of anything new, everything feels exciting. You're motivated, progress seems fast, and you feel like you're on the right track. But then reality hits. Things stop being easy. Growth slows down and you face challenges you didn't expect. And this is where most people quit. Take J.K. Rowling as an example. Before Harry Potter became the best-selling book series of all time, she was rejected over 10 times by many publishers. They told her the book was too long, that no kid would ever read it. But instead of giving up, she kept trying. And eventually, a publisher took a chance, and then now we have Harry Potter. That's the power of the dip. It filters out those who quit too soon and rewards those who push through. The dip isn't just for famous people. It happens in our everyday lives too. Remember when you first learned something new? Maybe a language. At first, it was fun and exciting. You picked up words quickly, but then it got harder. You struggled, you felt stuck, and you started thinking, maybe this isn't for me. You lost your motivation, you wanted to quit. But if you quit, then you would never know how far you would go in that learning journey or your first job hunt. In the beginning, you were hopeful, sending out applications, waiting for responses, but then silence, rejections. You started doubting yourself. But if you had given up, would you have the job you have today? You know, the dip is everywhere. In my life, in yours, in all of us. We just don't always see it or know what to call it. When I first relaunched my English Center, I was full of excitement. I believed I had a course that would help people learn English in a way that allowed them to truly communicate, based on their real communication needs. I want learners to feel confident and secured in investing their time, money, and effort into language learning. I've designed a course that's effective and transparent, where students can review teacher-speaking videos, see their qualifications, and understand the course content up front. At first, everything was moving fast. Students were signing up, and I was struggling just to keep up. But then, things slowed down. There were months when I didn't enroll a single new student. No matter what I did, it felt like nothing worked. I was drained and frustrated, and honestly, I thought to myself, maybe this just isn't going to work. Maybe I should quit and save myself time. But after taking a step back, I realized it's not the dead end, it was just the dip. It wasn't that I was falling, it was just that I hadn't done everything I could yet. My marketing wasn't quite optimized yet, and during November and December, it makes sense. People just weren't thinking about classes during the holidays. So, instead of quitting or blaming myself, I shifted my focus to what I could control at that moment. I worked on improving the curriculum, refining the course, and training my team to offer a better learning experience. I stopped stressing about marketing so much and focused on making sure the students I already had were seeing real results. And over time, things started turning around. My students began improving, and naturally, they started recommending the center to their friends. So, when I look back now, I see that if I had quit during the dip, I wouldn't have a chance to support that many adult learners in their English learning journey. The dip was doing exactly what it's meant to do, testing who's willing to keep going. But not every difficult situation is the dip. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, nothing will change. And that's what we call the cul-de-sac. a dead-end road where effort leads to nowhere. Imagine working a job where no matter how hard you try, your boss won't recognize your efforts. You're doing the same tasks over and over, but you're not learning anything new. There's no chance for promotion, no growth, no future. You're just stuck. That's a cul-de-sac. Think about a relationship where no matter how hard you try, things never improve. You communicate, you make efforts, but there's no change. It feels like you're stuck in the same patterns, always running into the same issues with no resolution. You're not growing together, and you can't see a way forward. That's also a cul-de-sac. The key difference is this. The dip tests you, but rewards you if you push through. The cul-de-sac keeps you trapped. So how do you know which one you're in? You need to ask yourself these questions. Am I still improving, even if progress is slow? Do I know people who have succeeded after going through this? If I keep going, will this eventually lead to something better? If the answer is yes, you're in the dip. Keep going. But if the answer is no, you're in the cul-de-sac. And in that case, quitting isn't failure. It's the smartest decision you can make. There's one more situation that's even worse, the cliff. The cliff is the most dangerous of them all. At first, things might seem fine. You might be getting some success or feeling like you're on the right track, but then, suddenly, everything crashes down. It's when you push yourself so hard that you end up harming yourself or losing everything. Think about someone who starts staying up late working, thinking, I'm getting stuff done, I'm being productive. At first, it feels fine, but soon, it becomes a habit. Then one day, they realize they're constantly tired, stressed, and their health is starting to suffer. They didn't notice how deep they'd gotten until it was too late. Or think about someone who enters a relationship thinking, I don't need to worry about anything. They'll take care of me, both financially and emotionally. At first, everything feels easy. You feel supported and secure. But over time, you start depending more and more on your partner. You stop working on yourself. You stop focusing on yourself, and you forget to build your own value. You get too comfortable, relying on them for everything. Eventually, you wake up and realize you've lost track of your own goals and personal growth, and if your partner leaves you, you will lose everything in your life. The cliff lulls you into thinking that everything is fine. You feel comfortable, like you're succeeding, but in reality, it's leading you into a deeper hole. At first, it's easy, too easy, but eventually, you find yourself trapped, and it's much harder to climb out. So, I hope this video will bring you a new perspective in making decisions. Life is not just about winning or endlessly trying for one thing. It's about putting your effort and energy into the right things, in the right places, and with the right people.